Sexism. I'm really fucking late on this train, aren't I, huh? Whatever, I don't really care. Hello, all of my kidneys. My name is EHX-KOR. Terribly sorry for being gone for so long. School's back up, and I'm still working part-time outside of class, so my life's been pretty busy. That, and I've been working on a script for a future video. It's gonna be really in-depth, so it'll probably split into at least a few. Before I get into this pathetic 4.5 minute bitch and moan, let's share the fan art. This one comes from Delta Fire, and it's of that cringe scene sprite edit from the Amy Schumer video. Yeah, remember that one? Links to the video and Delta Fire in the description. I love this. Good work, my dude. Good work, my friend. Send me your fan art through my Twitter, DeviantArt, or my biz email at EHX-KOR@outlook.com. Now it is time to kill the good vibes. Have fun, my kidneys. I have mercy on you.
My balls! I don't want my balls sticking to my legs!
Okay. That's a valid point. This isn't helping your case at all.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
You realize it's not just guys who do this. Women spread out too. Why? Because it's comfortable. Everybody I know sits out a little bit, both men and women. You guys are just looking for things to complain about.
People around you are relegated to a very small portion, but the key to manspreading is not noticing.
We grow up on two different tracks. People who manspread just are socialized not to worry about it.
A lot of the time, people don't worry about it because many others don't seem to have a problem with it. And when people do have a problem, they speak up. Hey, can you close up a little bit? I'd like to sit down. And 9 times out of 10, he will politely do so.
I have so many vivid memories as a child of my mum telling me to close my leg.
And this is why we don't have any respect for you, edged or lesbian-looking motherfucker. Girls are told to keep their legs closed because, well, there's nothing down there you really need to leave space for. And parents are kind of weird, especially around their younger kids. Like, they think kids know what else is down there or something.
With gender, we're constantly working towards trying to get to this middle.
This week of manspreading is definitely going to make me feel anxious. As much as a super strong feminist, I want to say it won't.
I kind of secretly hope to annoy some men. That's my first train trip as a manspreader. I just feel like a monster already. How can you do this every day without being conscious of it?
Because it's fucking comfortable. You act like it's the worst thing that could ever be done, sitting with your legs a little bit open on the train. Oh, what an evil thing you are. Fucking monster. People don't notice things when they're comfy. People tend to notice when they're not, so they make the attempts to change it.
I just manspread on the bus for maybe a 5-minute ride for the first time, and it wasn't even half full, and I was already getting glared at.
This time on shit that never happened, woman sits on half-empty bus with legs spread. Everyone stares. And applause.
So I think this is going to be a kind of long week.
It's day 2 of manspreading, and I forgot that I had to do this.
Surprise, surprise! Someone who has nothing between her legs forgot to spread her legs to make room for that thing she doesn't have.
I think whenever a woman takes up space, she's considered bossy, she's considered aggressive. There are a lot of stereotypes surrounding black women and whether or not we're angry or we're dominant. And so maybe a lot of the reasons why I do minimalize my presence is because I don't want to be perceived or engage with those stereotypes.
It's about time we make race an issue. I find when women take up a lot of space, they have absolutely no self-awareness. Have you ever been on a bus or a train before? Half the time, women have a seat for their ass, sometimes 2, and then 1 or 2 more for their bags. Men will take up 1.5 seats at most, given he's not being a dick or a drunk and laying down like the one you show later on. I've seen a woman take up a full row of seats before. You are no better.
I just got my nails done, and I manspread during my entire manicure.
Ha! Manicure.
And nobody really seemed to notice. I'm not sure if it was because it was all women and we were just all kind of in our own world or what, but it was kind of awesome.
No, No one noticed except you because no one gave a shit except you.
I'm halfway through the week and really not enjoying this experiment at all. I'm still giving my seat up to people who need it because, of course, I am.
As most people do. That's just common courtesy.
What is it between their legs that's so important?
It's called a penis.
That it requires 2 to 3 seats when there are kids, families, women, and elderly people standing up.
Could you give me your seat?
Which is your disability?
Can't you see that I'm a woman?
That is not a disability.
Yeah, it fucking is. I'm joking. Dude, those guys on the fucking train are taking up 1 seat each. And they're doing the respectable thing that you guys don't by putting their bags in their laps. They're not taking any extra room at all.
I saw a guy who was taking up 2 seats. When I sat down, I spread my legs out, which kind of pushed his leg into his own seat. And he turned to me and gave me a dirty look and said, "Seriously?"
What? You didn't expect him to be a little pissed having this strange woman just come on by and touch him like that? If it were the other way around and it was a woman being pushed into her seat, she'd probably shout rape and get the man ridiculed and arrested. You don't do that. You kindly ask him to move his legs and he will very likely do so. You're an adult, not a kindergartner. You shouldn't need to be told to keep your hands and feet, or in this case, legs, to yourself.
Women are expected to be quiet,
Wrong.
small,
Wrong.
and almost invisible.
Wrong.
Whereas men can be these boisterous slobs and it's all good.
No, nobody likes that. Not from men or women.
Today, instead of feeling the confidence that I've kind of been feeling the rest of the week, I started to feel a little guilty. While I was sitting there taking up 2 seats, a guy came up to sit next to me, and instead of moving over like I normally would, I kind of just had to sit there with my legs out, and instead of saying something to me, he just sat on the edge of the seat the entire time.
And this is on both of you. You noticed he was uncomfortable, and you didn't do nothing to ease that discomfort. And he never said anything to you and asked you to move over. People don't communicate these days, and that's what a lot of your problems could be fixed with. Communication.
So I've come across another person, quote unquote, man-spreading, but wait, they identify as female. Women can take up space as well?
Hey, doesn't that bitch work for BuzzFeed too?
Even though I'm a confident person, I tend to make myself small even when the situation doesn't call for it. And I kind of felt uncomfortable man-spreading even though there was no one around me.
That sounds like a you problem, not a we problem.
I've not enjoyed this week at all. The very first day where a group of people came on, they were going to a game and they were all desperate for a seat and I was taking up 3 seats and they started talking about personal space. All their eyes were just on me.
Okay, 1, that's 2 seats, you dyscalculic fuck. 2nd, you're laying down. You are so goddamn inconsiderate that you complain about men spreading up a little to let room for their male body parts, and then you take it 10 notches higher when you do your take on it, claiming this is what they do.
And they were mostly women. If it was a group of dudes, I would have been like, yeah.
Sexism in its most basic form.
I thought that man-spreading would kind of give me this air of disregard because I thought that I worried too much about what people think, and I've realized that I worried just enough. You should be concerned with whether or not the people around you are comfortable because that means you're a good community member.
My favorite part of this exercise was easily when I got to sit next to men who were taking up way too much space and just forcefully work my way into the seat and without words say, hey, I deserve to sit here.
In other words, you're glad you got to be a complete and utter cunt to men on the train, specifically because they were men with little to no repercussions whatsoever.
To be forced to manspread really showed me how up your own ass you have to be as a person to not be conscious of those around you.
To the man that's taking up too much space on a bus, on the plane, on the bench, we see you. You don't need that much room. To the young women out there, I say you should definitely be aware of your surroundings. If there's something that you want, if there's something you want to say, if there's a position that you want to hold, take up that space. You deserve that space.
This chick actually gives some pretty alright advice here. Yeah, there's something you want, go for it. Don't let anyone stop you from achieving anything that you want to achieve. Just don't do what these women did and be an inconsiderate asshat about it either.
Girl, you take up space. You fill the room with your crotch.
I am so glad that video was over. That was just so fucking stupid. I feel like I just did a PSA on train etiquette or something. I don't even know. I'm tired and really cold, so I'm gonna close the video up now. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button and share with all your friends. Smash down that subscribe button to join my army of harvested kidneys. And don't forget to check me out on my other social medias as well. Before I pop out, I want to tell you guys you should definitely check out the anti-SJW amino. It's a pretty small community on amino apps, and there are a lot of very interesting opinions posted by other users. Like I said, it's only got a little over 300 members right now, and I'd love to see some of you guys down there. Come message me, and it'll be a grand old time. Have a good day or night. Time zones are weird, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace the X out.